we'll be ranking how easy or how difficult is every Overwatch hero to deal with. So you have, basically a Void. You have trouble characters. You have meh. You have okay. Meh. And then the ease. The easy characters. Characters that you know are going to be a pushover. So we're going from top Soldier to Lucio. Okay, Soldier. Okay, Soldier isn't really that hard to deal with. If you play as a tank, he's really easy. Support he's a really easy character to deal with. I think, he is a character that is pretty easy to deal with. If you don't know what you're doing against him, he could be a threat, but if you know what to do, he's not a really difficult character. Arissa. Okay, Arissa is a character, if you're playing her alone, she's okay. But if you have like a Baptiste and two heroes pocketing her, she'll be up here or up here. But she also has the potential of being down here if you find her alone. So I'll put her in the middle. Okay, Zarya is pretty easy to do, pretty easy to deal with. Because Zarya, she is not a long range character. If you play as like Zenyatta or Widowmaker, or Ass. If you play as like a Diva, it will depend on the hero. Diva, she'll be here, or at least in trouble. I'll put her in okay. Probably ahead of Arissa, because he's probably harder to deal with than Arissa. Torb, the way he's easy. His turret is easy to destroy. Sorry. Torb is he's like one of the easiest characters to deal with. Sigma, I don't really see much. I played Overwatch like the past couple times. Sigma is a character you don't really see much of because Sigma could use his thing to heal himself. But I think in terms of takes to output him in meh, he's pretty easy to deal with. His shield, you have people who won't know how to use his shield. The first character I think would be in trouble would be Reaper. If you play as a tank, you're screwed. If you play as a Squizzy, you're screwed. Okay, especially if you're playing against a good Reaper. Of course, Reaper is a very predictable character. But even then, if you play as a tank, Reaper is much faster than you. Roadhog, if you play as Roadhog, you're screwed. If you're playing as Ryan, you're screwed against a Reaper. Any tank is, except for like maybe Arissa, is basically screwed against Reaper. Some DPSs can counter Reaper as well. So he's not in a void. Baptiste, he goes here. Baptiste, though I'll put Baptiste in the bottom of meh. He's not as easy to deal with as Torb, but he's, pretty easy to deal with. Okay, he's one of the, most people who play Baptiste play him as a DPS, basically. He's not really good as a hero. Which again, why is Baptiste, he's a hero, but he's like one of the weaker heroes. Most people who play him basically just do DPS. McCree, or his new name, Cassidy. McCree.
From a long time ago, when this.
That was Pokemon ad for some reason. I started playing it. He's meh. Okay, he's pretty easy to deal with if you know what you're doing. He isn't as difficult as these other characters. Anna, another character that's pretty easy to deal with. Anna can also, I'll put her in okay, the bottom okay, because if you have, she can heal, she basically is a healer. She's also a sniper. Mei, avoid. Okay, Mei can freeze you. And then if you try to kill her, she'll turn into an ice cube and you basically can't kill her. If you play as a sniper, she's easy. But if you play as anyone else, she's avoid. Avoid Mei at all costs. Avoid Mei at all costs, basically. And you have to plan like a strategy around her. It's just, next is Farah. I'll put her in okay. If you're playing as like a Roadhog or a sniper, she's really easy to deal with. Okay. But if you're playing as she'll eventually run out of fuel eventually. But yeah, she'll be she's an okay. Doomfist. Yeah, Doomfist will be at the top of okay. Okay, Doomfist will be at the top of okay. He is pretty hard to deal with if you play deal with a good player. But most Doomfists are not really that great at the game. So yeah, Doomfist is another character that really needs to have a team built around him. So he's an okay. Diva, I'll put her in trouble. Diva is pretty difficult to deal with if you're playing as if you're playing as a character. She has a defense shield that she could put up. But I'll put she's less of a problem than Reaper. But she has a defense shield and the defense matrix. She has missiles that basically can kill a DPS instantly. And the only character that could really counter her would probably be Zarya and Reaper. And even then, Reaper, she could just put up a shield. Zarya, she can't really counter Zarya that much. Next, we have... okay, this is why people hate the... if you play on the control map, you know this. You know a stupid hamster is very, very annoying. Okay, he's definitely a void. On like a payload map, okay, he's easy. But on one of those maps where you have like something they can latch onto, yeah, he's a void because you can't kill him if he attaches himself to something. Okay? You can't kill him. He's basically like invincible. Once he gets his ball rolling, unless he like use unless you all like team up on him, he is very difficult to beat. He is very, very, very difficult to beat. I think he's lesser than May. But yeah, Junkrat, he's in trouble. Not Genji. Junkrat, he's in trouble. He's very, very difficult, and even then, if you kill him, he might kill you with his grenades blowing up, so... Genji would be here, but Genji, I would put him at the top of okay. Okay, why? Because, Genji, he has a deflect, but he's not a very tough character. Okay, snipers, of course, can deal with him easily. He can only use his deflect, like, every, 8 seconds, which gives you a window of opportunity of killing him. He doesn't really do a lot of damage, so he goes into okay. Reinhardt, he goes in trouble. I'll put him behind Diva because he's a melee character, but he has his big fat shield, which is very good for the escort maps and, defense. So Reinhardt is not really meant to be used for offensive gameplay. He's really meant to be used for defense. So, yeah, he's not in a void because he's meant to be used defensively. Next is Winston. Another character, I think... is Winston a void? I'm going to think about this one. Winston has, one of the most lackluster ults, but he has a lot of health. He has his shield. And also, unlike in Halo, his attack and your team's attacks can go through his shield as well. I'll put him behind Genji. He could deal, if you know how to deal with him, you can deal with him. His attack. But the thing is, if you're playing as a Metro, if you're playing against Winston, your towers are going to be destroyed. Okay, that's for sure. Okay, because his, thing can walk onto anything. His weapon can walk onto anything. So, yeah, I'll put him at the bottom of a void. That's not trouble. Not a void. He's not going in a void. Next is Zenyatta. He's easy. I'll put him at the bottom of meh. Because he can do some damage to your team. But Zenyatta is relatively, weak. Okay? Oh, yeah, he also has the ult. But we're not really factoring the ults in here. Or, I'll put him between Soldier and Sigma. Brig. Well, everybody would probably want to be here. But she's not that here. She's really easy to deal with. She's really easy to deal with. She's basically a Walsh Reinhardt, and she's supposed to be a healer. But, yeah, any sniper can take her out easily. She also has the ability, her ult rally, which, again, isn't really that great anymore. This hero is in the meh. She's by, Cassidy and Sigma. Echo goes in trouble. She probably goes around here. She flies around. She puts the sticky bombs on you. She does a lot of damage. Tracer? Okay, where does Tracer go? Tracer. Tracer is pretty easy to deal with if you're playing as a tank. Okay. She can heal herself, but I'll put her in meh. She's pretty easy to deal with, especially if you're playing as DPS, she might be hard to deal with. But if you play as a tank, she's easy. Roadhog beats her easily. If you play as Reaper, she dies easily. Okay, if you play as any tank, maybe, even Ryan, maybe with the exception of Reinhardt, which again, he's more of a defensive, because he's a melee character. But she is pretty easy to deal with if you play as any tank. She is many DP. She's one of the easier characters to deal with. Ash, yes, he goes up here. She does a lot of damage, just like Echo. Mercy, okay, Mercy, she does heals. Okay, dealing with her is pretty easy. Okay, but the problem is because he can heal people, but she's not really she doesn't really attack, so she can't be up here. But she can make other heals. She can make these guys up here and these guys up here avoid trouble because he can just heal them. Because if she basically can heal herself, and she can heal her opponent, your opponent. So she'll go right around here. I'm gonna put Winston back to okay. Zombo, yes, he's a void. She can hack you, which basically takes away all of your abilities, which is very, very annoying. And you have nothing. You know, her EMP thing as well. And you have some methods. He also goes in a void. I think she's above the hamster because he has the turrets. And they'll be everywhere. Don't worry, they'll be everywhere. It'll be hard to find them. And you'll have a hard time dealing with them. You have Hanzo, yeah, he goes in a void too. He has his arrow things, which do a lot of damage. He is pretty difficult to deal with. But he does a lot of damage as well. Okay, I'm playing Hanzo by Reaper. Widow, I'll put it in a void. Okay, she could you won't know who she is, and then she'll kill you, basically. Same thing with Bastion. Okay, if Bastion is able to get up and has a team that supports him, he is very, very difficult to take out because you have a hero pocketing Bastion, you have the tanks protecting Bastion, and yeah, that's basically how it goes when you deal with Bastion. Okay. Next is Moira. I'll put it in trouble. She has the orbs that are pretty powerful. And yeah, this character, he's a void. I think Roadhog would be up here because Roadhog has a lot of health. He has his hook, which he also can heal himself. He's actually worse than Samba. He has a hook who hooks you towards himself. And then he can instant kill you if you're playing as a DPS, unless you're playing as like Reaper. And even if you play as Reaper, you still have a 50-50 chance of killing him because he can just kill you instantly. Okay? If you're playing as a sniper, he has a ton of health, so he can just heal himself. Okay? Even like a full charge Widow shot does not instant kill Roadhog. Okay? It does not instant kill him. Which means, if he has this healing thing active, he'll just heal himself. Which means, you have to shoot him multiple times to kill him. And if you're playing as a DPS, you're screwed against him if he hooks you. Okay? Which is why characters like Tracer, I think Tracer, if you're playing as Roadhog, Tracer's like down here. Because she's really easy. Okay? But Roadhog, he's very, 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 very difficult to deal with. Just like Mei. He can heal himself, basically. He does like Mei can, and he is very and Bastion can also heal himself. I forgot to mention that. I think Bastion goes up here. Because Bastion, as we all know, can heal himself. As well, next is Lucio. He's in the okay tier. He's not really that difficult to deal with as a character. He is, I think he goes down here. He's not in mech, because on certain maps he can instant kill you, basically. And yeah, that's it about the Overwatch tier list. So, do you agree with this tier list? Or if you don't, you're wrong. But yeah, that's basically Overwatch Heroes difficulty tier list at this current moment. Okay, of course, a nerf or a buff can make a character higher. For example, Doomfist buffs would probably make him up here in Overwatch 2. Or if they also buff Bastion. For some reason, they buffed him, which makes him go like up here. Okay, they're buffing Bastion for some reason. Or if they buff Torbo, which makes him up here again. But yeah, Torbo's like the only hero that I basically have like almost no like I have the least problems of. I still have problems of even the characters in Mad and Ease are can still be problem. Even Torb can still be a problem. If you have like a whole team protecting his turret. But Torb is a very easy character to deal with because most of the people don't know, even including myself, don't know how to play as him. So he's very easy to deal with. So that's basically about this video. Goodbye.